welcome to our workshop this morning. We're here live at Fit Body Weight Loss. I'm Nikki, I'm the nurse here in the office, and just to let you know a little bit about my background, I've been a nurse for about 8 years. In this last year with Fit Body, I've lost 100 pounds. So thank you. We do have some live guests with us here today. I'm still going, I'm right there with you. So I want to lose about another 20 to 30, and it's happening. And I'm here to encourage you that you can do this. Today we do have with us a very special guest. So again, a little bit about my background. When I first started out as a baby nurse, I started in a naturopathic cancer clinic, and I started learning about nutrition, and I had an amazing mentor, someone that I looked up to tremendously, and still have throughout the years. He's become a friend. He's an amazing person. He literally is a genius. He scored higher on IQ tests than us normal people have. He literally is a genius, and he has explored, studied so many avenues of naturopathic medicine throughout the years. He also has written books. He's a renowned author. He also is a neurospecialist. He also does adjustments. I mean, what does he not do? So I value and respect his opinion so much. So I just want to share a small story with you. The other day, he's here from Washington, you guys, so this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, unless he's going to come back, so hopefully we can have him again. But you have him here to ask all of your questions. Literally, I feel like there's nothing he doesn't know. He is literally a genius. And so you have that here at your fingertips today, which is a huge blessing. And so I just want to introduce you and let you talk a little bit about yourself for a second. Go ahead.
Hi. Well, Nikki's been a good friend for a while. She was a nurse in our clinic, and she learned some quick, hard lessons, but she learned them. So I love this girl. I love her family. I've been personally involved with her family for a few years. It all started with a Craigslist ad for an RV they were selling. So it's a small world.
It's a small world, for sure. It is, yeah.
So we had a naturopathic medical clinic and a cancer clinic in Scottsdale. It's still going today.
Right.
You know, I retired and I moved on to Washington State.
Right.
So sorry about that, guys. But with Facebook Live, I can be everywhere.
Absolutely, yes. So we're
I'm here with your live studio audience.
Absolutely, live studio.
You're live versus fake studio.
Right, right.
So all the clapping and cheering will be real.
Yes, for sure, 100%. So what I want to mention is that Craig, I've always known that Christina's products were amazing. We all know that. But when I showed him the products and he went through the ingredient list, my heart was racing, and I thought, this is the true test. This is the one person in the world that I respect, I love, I trust 100%. And he went through and said, oh, amino acids, adaptogens, this is all good. Oh, this is great. I love these products. These are good for you. And that made my heart jump for joy. This is amazing, you guys. Literally a true genius, and my friend, mentor, and naturopathic specialist believes in the products. So that to me is just, it seals the deal. It seals the deal for me. These products are amazing.
And what I see in them is things I would like to put in the product with them.
Right.
So I was so good at looking at them.
Yeah, 100%. So I value that. So today we're actually going to be talking to you about autoimmune. So the title is, so you think you're immune? Try autoimmune.
Oh boy.
Because a lot of us have autoimmune issues and we don't even know it. We don't even know it. So let me ask you ladies here in person a question. Have you ever had any tingling in your hands or feet?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Have you ever had any fatigue?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had any trouble losing weight?
Nice.
Okay, probably why we're all here, right? Why we're all here today. How about allergies? Any allergies? Okay. How about trouble sleeping? Okay. Anxiety? Any anxiety? Okay. What about any type of skin rashes or bumps or eczema, psoriasis, things like that? Yes. Okay. And so those are all very common symptoms of being autoimmune, having an autoimmune issue, not even knowing it. Christina herself has celiac disease, so she cannot have gluten. She also had type 2 diabetes, and she healed herself from that, as well as thyroid issues. A lot of patients that come in have thyroid issues. How about infertility? I see a lot of patients that have infertility issues, and that is related to being autoimmune, but also PCOS is an autoimmune issue that a lot of people deal with. And so we're here to help you. not only, with Christina's products and losing weight and this whole program that's amazing that we're doing, but also we have Craig to answer some questions for us related to any of your autoimmune issues that you're experiencing. So here at FitBody, we teach you a specific way to eat if you want to get rid of or try to heal from the inside out these autoimmune issues that you're having. I'll give you an example. I love cheese. A big heart. I love cheese. I have these little necklaces that are origami owl, and my family bought me one with a cheese inside of it. Okay. I love cheese. They've always called me a mouse. It's my favorite thing. I've always had tingly hands and tingly feet. Never knew why. When I came to Christina, I did the first 30 days of the autoimmune protocol, which of course removes any dairy from your diet, amongst other things. But I found out about myself. Cheese is a trigger for me. When I eat cheese, tingly hands, tingly feet, almost instantly, I know it. But I would never have known that if I wouldn't have done the autoimmune protocol. So it's imperative for you, for me, for anyone who thinks that they have autoimmune issues or experiencing any of these long list of symptoms, which I'll provide you with, to try the autoimmune protocol diet that we offer here at FitBody. It eliminates these certain foods from your diet, including things you wouldn't even suspect, like nightshades, right? Do you want to talk a little bit about nightshades and what they are?
Well, nightshades are not really good for the human.
Right.
At all.
Sure.
And they should generally be avoided. But probably more important than that is getting in good, solid, healthy food. If we're going to be healthy humans, we have to eat healthy food.
Precisely.
And I'm afraid nightshades are just generally not
Right.
Healthy.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right, 100%. So nightshades have adaptogens in them, or not adaptogens, excuse me, alkaloids in them. And they also have lectins in them. So what that means is the plants themselves, and they are things like eggplant, tomatoes, potatoes, and there's a list of them. And if you forget, you can Google it, nightshades. Even some spices like paprika, things like that. They have lectins in them. And lectins are the plant's own immune system, if you will. So when they get smushed, eaten, boiled, whatever it is, they cause inflammation themselves because it's their own inflammatory response to getting changed or getting damaged, if you will. Those lectins then get introduced into your body, and then what do you think happens when it's inside of you? If they're already inflammatory, they're making you inflamed from the inside out.
They're just defending themselves from you.
Exactly. Defense mechanism. Yeah, we all have one, and that happens to be the plants, right? For sure. So those are some things that we recommend for autoimmune that you would take out of your diet. You would remove those things. So let's talk about some of the things that we would remove if you were autoimmune, which it sounds like you three ladies here might be autoimmune to some of the symptoms you have. Obviously, we would remove alcohol from the diet, right? I get asked that a lot. Well, can I just have one glass of wine? And I say, no, unfortunately not. At least stick in for 30 days. You can do anything for 30 days, right? Anything, seriously. And these foods are not necessarily going to be eliminated forever. You introduce them back one by one. You keep a journal. You see how you feel. If you feel okay, then you're fine. You can eat that food. We have a client here who came back to me and said, Nikki, I never knew this about myself. I can eat cooked tomatoes, but if I eat them raw, I'm a hot mess. I get rashes, I feel horrible, I feel sick. That's just her body's response to tomatoes. And she would have never known that. We eat tomatoes all the time. Think about ketchup, think about spaghetti sauce, think about, all those things that we love to put tomato salad, all those things. We eat them constantly.
Well, and you've been through the IgE
Sure.
thing here recently, so immunoglobulin G is an immune response that could be 72 hours later.
Right.
Where an IgE, immunoglobulin E response is you eat the shellfish and you're choking up. You're in trouble now.
Yeah.
So how hard is it to nail down what is today, Saturday? Was you eat Wednesday?
Right.
Now,
Right.
how does that relate to how you're feeling today? So eliminating things, and sometimes it takes up to 30 days. This is a 30-day challenge. It takes up to 30 days to remove most of the toxins generated by whatever's offending your body and causing inflammation.
100%.
Autoimmune diseases are a disease of inflammation.
Yes, inflammation, exactly.
We're looking at what's inflaming your body, what's
Yeah.
your body reacting to, and remove that.
Right.
How hard is that?
Right, yeah.
Well, it's
It
hard
can
if
be
you don't know-
hard.
You don't
Yeah.
know what to do.
Right.
And we need counselors in our lives, and people who've been there,
Sure.
done that, and here it is.
Yeah, here it is. Been there, done that. Yeah, for sure. Do you want to talk a little bit about GMOs and how they also are contributing to autoimmune disorders and diseases?
I've written so many articles, I've done radio shows on GMOs. I am not for GMOs.
None of us are.
Genetically modified. Now, what are they putting in? They're splicing genes from different things into different things.
Right.
And that's just, it goes against nature. They're inventing foods that have never been in nature before.
Right.
So we don't know what the response is going to be.
Right.
Except our bodies may or may not be able to even assimilate them. So that can be an automatic autoimmune response right there.
Right, your body's rejecting it, right? Because that's what autoimmune is. Our body is rejecting something or attacking our own tissues for some reason. And a lot of times I feel like physicians want to prescribe a medication to mask the problem instead of dealing with the underlying issue
Oh,
and
absolutely.
healing it, right?
Well, celiac disease it's not really a disease, it's a symptom
Right.
of your reaction to different products, wheat, rye,
Yes,
barley.
right,
So even cancer is just a symptom
right,
of something going wrong in your body. So if you treat the cancer, you're not treating the symptoms.
right,
You treat the celiac disease, well, there's really not a drug. They're coming up with different probiotics and different enzymes, trying to help you so you can keep eating and breathing.
right,
And it's just the human body's not made to digest wheat.
right,
So you take a bird, you stretch your gut out, it's several times longer than their body. You take a lion, what do they eat? Meat. Just a little more than one time the length of its body. Take a human gut, it's about 4 times the length of our body.
Right.
And a bird is much more than that. Birds eat grains and seeds. So as humans, if you just kind of look at that, we're built a little more towards the protein side and a lot less towards the grain side.
right. Yeah, 100%. And we teach that here too, to avoid grains, avoid gluten. Your 3 biggest offenders for your autoimmune issues are gluten, dairy, and sugar, right? Would you agree? So those 3 things we teach 100% avoid those 3 things in your diet for sure, even if you're not autoimmune. So then also let's talk about processed sweeteners and things like that. So it's another topic, right? So there's a lot out there. There's a lot out there for alternative sweeteners other than sugar because as a society we've been programmed in our brains that we need things to be sweet. And so we're reaching for the xylitol and these other things that we are putting in our bodies, but those are wreaking havoc on our body as well. So what other sweetener would you recommend that's a natural sweetener? I know what we recommend here. What do you think?
What your body knows how to deal with is like honey.
Right, okay. We don't do honey because it's high in sugar, so we're trying to still, it's good, right? It has antibacterial
But it
properties,
has the
honey is
enzymes you
amazing,
need to break it down.
completely. Raw, organic honey, awesome.
Well, if
But-
you're out with the artificial and even the processed sugars and you go to eat an organic carrot, they're sweet.
Yeah, the
They really
carrots,
are.
yeah.
So part of it is training our males. It's about, we were talking on the way over here about the Daniel diet, and
Right,
he's learning how to train his appetite.
right,
And humans are appetite-driven creatures.
yes.
And if we don't manage our appetites, we also saw where the scripture in the Bible says, "For life can be
Isn't
you're
that
given
crazy?
to appetite."
Manage your appetite. I thought that was interesting how, there is a Daniel diet as well, and some of the things do correlate, so that's interesting. And then, so going back to the sweeteners, so for us at Fit Body, so we teach that you can have organic and raw stevia or monk fruit, right? And so, but other things like we talked about this, corn syrup solids, high fructose corn syrup, glucose, all those things are basically they're no-nos, even down to rice syrup and bran syrup, sorghum syrup, all those things. And this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to start becoming label reading ninjas. Okay? Show me your hands, all right? So
She spends like 2 hours in the grocery store.
good. Spend all the time you need in the grocery store. I am literally that mom who's sitting there reading the labels, and my kids are running circles and up and down, and I'm like, get over here, come here, hey, stop that. And I still have to sit and read my labels because I want to know what I'm putting in my body. So if you're reading your labels, goes. First of all, the least amount of ingredients, the better, right? If there's a list like this with 10 things you can't pronounce, you probably shouldn't buy it. But if it's the least amount of ingredients and you know what's in there and you can pronounce it and you know what it is, then that's great. Organic is always best. Raw is even better if you can. But yeah, a lot of these things are being basically hidden in our foods, and we kind of, and I used to do this, I would kind of pass it off like, oh yeah, sure, I can't pronounce it, I don't really know what it is,
And
but
it's
it
not
must
the
be
first
good.
ingredient.
It's
so
not the first
way down
ingredient.
there, yeah,
It's way down there. It's only a little bit. So your first ingredients are the bulk, the main ingredients of what it is, and then as you go down the list, it's less and less of that content amount in that certain product. So good
But
point.
one of the labeling tricks is that if they don't want to show that sugar's the first ingredient, the primary ingredient, they will break it up into 3 or 4 or 5 different sugars, and they will label it in order of how much is in there. So it doesn't even show up as the main ingredient, and yet it is. And when you read the label on ingredient label on an apple, how many ingredients are there? There's just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, for apples.
And everything in that apple is what you need to digest it, to eat it, to get the nutrients. So whole food nutrients are very important.
Very good. I love how you just said that, whole food nutrients. And that's what we teach here at Fit Body too, is to eat real, whole food, organic, great, good for you food. The less processed, the better. So sticking to your outer, aisles of the grocery store is always usually the best thing. I only go to the center for a few things. If I need organic spaghetti sauce, if I can make it myself, awesome. I have 5 kids, don't judge me, I'm busy, okay? So I will buy organic, spaghetti sauce and a few other things, my nut butters. You can make those yourself too. Actually, I have done it. And it's not that much work, but it is a little bit more effort. But so I'll buy my organic nut butters and things like that. So, but your outer perimeters is usually where your fresh fruits and vegetables are and things like that you would need. So let's talk about dairy. So we also teach to avoid dairy in your first 30 days. And you can have and this is, hallelujah, you can have a little bit of cheese in your second phase, okay, a little bit. And this isn't in your first 90 days. You guys are on the 90-day challenge, avoid all dairy, okay? When you're in your second phase of losing weight, you're getting organic, raw cheese, and you can have a little bit of that. If you want to have your lettuce tacos and you want to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on. The other day I made something for the kids, little zucchini raviolis. You take a strip of zucchini this way, one this way, you fill it with your ingredients, fold them over so they're little square ravioli, your sauce on top and a little bit of cheese, okay? So that could be something for later to think about and tuck away. And you can also, there's alternatives, so we can discuss that later too. But as far as dairy goes, we say cut out the dairy, cut out the yogurts, cut out the cheeses, the milk. Dairy can cause inflammation. So think about this. Mamas, even mamas, produce milk, cows, mamas, to fatten up their babies, right? To grow their babies. And that's the point of dairy. It's to fatten up the baby, to grow the baby. And so
calf weighs about 300 pounds pretty quick. So
yeah.
we don't want our infant to be. I mean, there's nutrients for calf in there.
Right. Yes, for sure, 100%. There's nutrients for the calf.
And I'm not 100% against dairy, but
Right.
I'm 100% against bad dairy.
Right, bad dairy, 100%.
So,
Exactly.
and one of the things most people don't know, and I don't think we've had the discussion, is that the black and white cows have a protein chain that includes the casomorphine.
Okay.
So what does that sound like?
Drugs.
Morphine.
Drugs.
It's a drug.
Yeah.
The children with autism who react to milk and dairy products, it's quite often because it's this casomorphine, where if you take a brown Swiss cow, a Jersey cow, most of your brown cows, they don't have that casomorphine, but when you're driving down the highway, what color cows do you see?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So they're taller,
Right.
they're easier to milk. It was a business decision, but they have a bad protein. And when you do come back on this diet that you're talking about, when you do come back, you should go with a brown Swiss or a steak one. And I wrote a pretty good article online.
Where can we
Anyone
find
can
those? Where can we find those? So, our local farmer, probably?
Well, that's the best.
Right. Okay.
You know, like one of my daughters has her own cow.
Right.
So you pluck a hair out of the tail of the cow, you send it off for genetic analysis, that's how you really know.
Got it.
But at least heir to the brown Swiss, the brown cow. And just because it shows a picture of a brown cow on it, doesn't mean it came from a brown cow. So you
That
have to
makes
find
sense.
the all Jersey farm, all Jersey milk.
Got it.
And then,
What about goat's
or
milk?
What's that?
What about goat's milk?
Goat's milk.
that
Okay,
was
that's a
my
good
next
question.
thing, is goat milk, but what is your goat been fed? So if we're gonna be healthy humans, we have to eat
Right.
healthy food. So if the goat has been fed GMO soybeans, what are you eating?
Right.
Right, and so you need like a pasture-fed goat. Some of the best goat milk I ever had, Roger Gilbert, a man would sell us his goat milk, and he fed those goats wonderful. And the goat milk didn't smell like a goat.
Awesome.
And when you fed it to a baby, the baby didn't smell like a goat.
Right.
Because that's the other drawback of goat milk. The goat milk is awesome. It can get good goat milk.
Right.
So you gotta get to know your farmer.
Right.
But our busy lives in the middle of Phoenix, Arizona, who knows their farmer?
Right. Yeah. You got to get to know the farmer really well.
If you really
Yeah.
want to follow this through,
Sure.
or you're gonna have to find products you can take some research, take some investment.
Right.
Health is an investment.
Right.
The best time to seek your health,
It's before you get sick.
but while
Yeah.
you still have your health.
Yeah,
That's when
while
you
we
seek
still have it and save it while we still have it. Amen to that. I love that. So you're right about the goat's milk, and I love that you said that too. You can also make some goat's cheese, and you guys, by the way, can have a little bit of goat's cheese or feta cheese. Feta is from sheep, so if you're doing organic raw, that's totally fine. When my kids want to enjoy some ice cream, and by ice cream I mean I freeze bananas, put them in the blender, and put some raw organic honey on it for them. That's what they love as their ice cream. I will have a sheep's milk yogurt, and I mix a little bit of monk fruit in it, and it's raw organic, and I get it at Sprouts. I get the plain one. The ones that are flavored have more sugar. Obviously, this one doesn't have any sugar at all, and I enjoy that while my kids are enjoying their banana ice cream. So that brings me to the next thing. Are you guys eating bananas? Right now, no bananas, right? So bananas are higher in fat content, so we teach on the 90-day program not to have bananas, right? And there's certain other fruits that we don't have, like melons, watermelon, these sort of things. Grapes, because they're higher in sugar, hence the no wine for the moms who like to drink wine once in a while. For now, it doesn't mean forever, right? You can do this for a little bit of time. Let's talk about coffee. So coffee is derived from a bean. A lot of people love their coffee. They do, they love it. If you're not autoimmune, coffee can be fine if you put their correct ingredients in it, and that's what Christina teaches. But if you are autoimmune, it's derived from a bean. And we said beans cause inflammation. They have lectins in them. That's their own defense mechanism. So we are avoiding coffee for the first 30 days.
the city.
Yes.
And something most people don't know about coffee is if you drink coffee out of your cup and then you sit up, Phil, that's oil. Oils aren't bad, bad oils are bad. And that oil just happens to coat the little fingers inside your intestines. And it prevents nutrient absorption. So the more you use that coffee cup without rinsing it out, the deeper, thicker, oilier this thing gets. The same way with your gut. So now you're not able to uptake even the good nutrients. And quite often, people who are overweight are actually starving to death slowly.
Right.
Because your body's saying, no, I said, feed me, I'm hungry. I need some food. But and you say, well, I'm hungry then, and you stuff some more food, but it's not healthy food. And people, I had a friend who was a coroner, and he helped me pick a 130-pound colon out of a man. And he said to me as we were lifting it out that he didn't want to use his chains and hoists and cables and slings and stuff. He just had me help him. And he said, this man starved to death.
Right. And how could that be with such a heavy
He was
colon,
a
right?
like 540-pound man who starved to death.
Right, literally. My goodness. Okay. Well, that's it for coffee, which I'll never be drinking again. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, a little coffee, if it's
It's
organic, it's good coffee. And you've gone through your 30, 90 days, add it back in and see. But even then, I think coffee in general, do it in moderation.
Moderation, right. As with anything, right? In moderation, for sure. So we talked a little bit about grains and gluten. Did you want to add anything about that? We teach here at no barley, corn, durum, kamut, millet, oats, rice, rye, sorghum, spelt, wheat, all that stuff. So, and this is for the first 30 days.
Very good.
Yeah. So nothing else to add there. Okay. Nuts and seeds. So we talk about nuts and seeds. Even down to little sesame seeds and poppy seeds and sunflower seeds, walnuts, any type of seed. So we're supposed to be on our first 30 days. So I want to make sure that we differentiate. So we have the 90-day challenge, right? But today we're talking autoimmune. So this is if you're autoimmune and you want to do our autoimmune program, which is 30 days of changing your diet differently than our other programs. So we have a weight loss program, we have an autoimmune program, right? Okay, just want to make sure that that's there. So for the first 30 days on the autoimmune, when you're cutting things out and going to test your body again, no nuts and seeds. Now, we do tell you that if you want to keep cashew butter and almond butter, you can, but assess your body. There are plenty of patients that have come to me and said, I know for a fact, hi, welcome, come on in, that I cannot have cashew butter anymore. It makes me feel super heavy. Would you mind getting your chair seat? Thank you. Hi, how are you?
Good, sorry.
Good. Okay, no problem. We have another guest joining us, so just excuse me for 1 second. We're going to get a chair for her. And ironically, none of my patients want to be on camera with us. So we were just talking about an autoimmune program. We do 2 programs. We just said our regular program and our autoimmune program, where autoimmune is healing yourself from the inside out. If you've ever experienced tingling hands, tingling feet, and I'll just go through this list so that you guys kind of know and make a check mark off. Do I have this? Have I experienced this? Headaches, anxiety, brain fog, attention deficit problems, like, what did I come in this room for? I can't remember. Body rashes, red bumps on facial skin and red flaking skin. Acne is a big one. Eczema, psoriasis, allergies, asthma, frequent colds if you're getting sick often. Thyroid issues, that's another thing that we're going to talk about, right? Fatigue or hyperactivity, weight gain or weight loss, general feeling of malaise or tiredness, anxiety, muscle pain and weakness, stiffness and pain, feeling wired and tired, Christina talks about that a lot, exhaustion or digestive issues, and those are just to name a few of some common issues.
There's over 80 autoimmune diseases now. And I had a chart. If you go to my Facebook page, I put this chart up on it. And this is autoimmune diseases starting in 1970, way down there on the bottom. It might be backwards on your Facebook. Way down there on the bottom of 1970, it's almost one line. And what does it do by the year 2010? It is going up and up and up. That is one heck of a bell curve. That curve is not so down in 2017. I haven't seen the 2018, and the 2019 is still happening. But all of these autoimmune diseases are diseases of inflammation. It's all about the inflammation. Cancer is a disease of inflammation. So we're talking about inflammation. And the thing about the weight loss and the going through the autoimmune program is just getting rid of inflammation in the body. You will lose weight. And quite often people, especially when they go on the gluten-free diet, they lose 10 pounds the first week. But what they've lost is inflammation.
100%. Right. And I want to mention that Craig, through working with him in the cancer clinic and even clinics that he's owned in the past before the cancer clinic that we had, he has cured so many people of cancer. So, why credit help
I
cure?
don't care.
Right.
The body cures.
The body cures, but has helped them with, what do you need to do to get rid of this and to help heal? And so, again, why place him on this pedestal? And obviously, I don't worship him. God is always first, but it's like, how do you know so much? It's awesome. I love it. So, yes, so he's right. Autoimmune issues have been on the rise. What is it? Over 700 million people today have an autoimmune issue, and that's just documented. Like you three, you don't even know. You didn't even realize that I might have an autoimmune issue, but you have all these symptoms that I just mentioned. And so those are documented, right?
So this is the CDC, worldwide, up to 700 million people have autoimmune disorders. It has become the third most common category of illness. It's either cancer, heart disease, autoimmune, but how much of your heart disease is actually autoimmune disease? Quite a bit.
That's an eye opener for sure.
So, and here's another interesting fact. According to CDC, over 80% of autoimmune diseases is which sex they're found
Women,
in.
females.
We have a lot of girls here.
Females.
That's at 80% or more.
So do you feel like hormones play a role in this as well?
Well, which came first, the hormone imbalance or the inflammation?
Right, okay,
So they kind of stair step off of each other.
okay,
So they're locked in.
right, got it.
So I can blame hormones for causing the autoimmune, no more than I can blame the autoimmune for causing the
Right.
hormones. They come together.
They come together, yeah. And that's one of the things that we help our clients here at Fit Body with too is hormone imbalances. In fact, all of us here, I promise you 100%, we're imbalanced hormonally, we are. So I was joking with Craig before we came and I said, well, you're gonna get to go sit in a room full of women who are all hormonally imbalanced, including me. So good luck to you. No, I'm just kidding. He's really good at this, but it was just funny. So, all right, so let's talk again about, I want to finish up the foods that you shouldn't have when you're autoimmune so that we can get anybody started who wants to go that route with the 30 days. And in addition to that, if you have more questions though, you can always call the office. You can make an appointment with a nutritionist here in the office and we'd be happy to get you guys switched. If you're on the 90-day challenge and you want to do the autoimmune portion, you think this is me, I have all these symptoms, I need this. Then we
For my Facebook Live, you need to get the phone number and the website.
Right. Yes, I definitely will do that, yes. And so you can come into the clinic and see the nutritionist and get you switched over. It's only 30 days of the program. There's no extra cost or anything like that. It's the same cost, so don't worry about that.
One question.
Yes.
What is the difference? Okay, so if you, because I have thyroid issues, I'm on thyroid medication, so this would be good for me. But what if we just do the 90-day challenge and we're getting rid of the gluten and the dairy and all that stuff? Wouldn't that automatically get rid of your inflammation and your autoimmune issues?
Good question. So it is going to help you. Yes, you're going to lose weight, you're going to lose inflammation, you're going to overall feel better in general. But the autoimmune program directly targets the autoimmune disease by taking the first 30 days of the program and eliminating triggers, known triggers, proven triggers for autoimmune issues such as nightshades, the spices that we're going over, artificial sugars and sweeteners, even certain types of oils like we talked about, canola oil mess up your thyroid. And so we remove all those foods for the first 30 days. Then after that, we reintroduce one by one. And I tell my clients to reintroduce one per week. So it's a long process, but it's worth it because you'll know for the rest of your life what your body is reacting to and causing inflammation inside of you that you never knew before. So I told the girls before you came, mine is cheese. I love cheese. I've eaten cheese my whole life. I never knew that cheese affected me until I did a 30-day program. And then when I reintroduced cheese, my feet and hands were tingling. I was super swollen. I didn't feel good. Oh my gosh.
Keep in mind you built up a tolerance to cheese.
Right.
So when you leave it behind for 30 days, the first bit of cheese you get, you're going to react a lot more quicker to it. Right. So I tell people, just almost jokingly, I say, well, get off of gluten for 2 weeks and then go eat a pizza. And see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what's happening to your body all day, every day. You just get used to it. Your body puts up with it. Your body is in survival mode and it's just managing.
Right.
So this is for any autoimmune disorder, like it's not specific for thyroid or I don't even know what other autoimmune diseases there are, but so it doesn't matter what you have,
Right, correct.
autoimmune,
Right.
this will help.
We even talked about PCOS and infertility, which I want to touch on before you leave as well. Thyroid and infertility were two of the big things that
We got 3 more hours left.
Right. Right.
Okay, so in the first hour, we're talking about.
Right. Can you let us know what time it is, sweetie, so we can stay on track? Okay. Okay, so we have 20 minutes left. Okay, all right. So this autoimmune protocol is here available at the office. There are certain foods that you shouldn't have, certain foods that you should have to try to heal your body from the inside out of these autoimmune issues that you are experiencing. Any of the symptoms that we talked about, if you're experiencing any of those symptoms, you could be autoimmune and not even know it, and we can help you with that. So there's also a list here of autoimmune guest recovery foods that are good for you to have, that you should have, and you can eat at any time during your autoimmune protocol, because that's usually the question. Okay, now I know what I can't have, which seems like everything. What can I have? And so we provide you a list of what you can have, and then the internet is a whole plethora of information. We have some recipes, but the internet has recipes too for autoimmune protocol. So you can just Google that if you have questions, or call us at the office and we can help you come up with some recipes or give you our recipes if you want to switch the autoimmune program.
Well, Nikki knows as well as anyone, you're not cookies. You didn't come from a cookie cutter.
Right.
Everybody's different. The pathology to their symptoms is different. So there are these things that work super duper for everyone in general.
Right.
And that would be this, but you might find that you react to certain root vegetables that are on the yes list even after that.
Right.
Because there's no cookie cutter recipe for this.
Right.
But this is an awesome start.
Yeah, an awesome start to getting to know your own body, and journal it while you go, oh, okay, tomatoes make me feel awful, or potatoes, I can't have them, or whatever it is when you're reintroducing back in. I wanted to touch on canola oil, because you mentioned something about canola oil and how, these oils that are processed, canola oil, corn oil, cottonseed, palm, peanut oil, safflower, soybean oils are bad for you. And a lot of people don't know that. So why are they bad for us?
Oh boy, well, part of the problem is sometimes you're isolating the oils out of the whole food product. And so now you're getting it, especially if you're allergic to it, you're getting a concentrated dose. But things like canola oil, which stands for Canada something oil, it was man-made. And was not in nature till man developed it, and it takes hexane, which is a chemical that no life can survive in, to get rid of the smells and to make the canola oil where you can eat it. So, well,
Yeah, wow.
there's just very few oils that I would approve. They are on this list.
Right, okay. So avocado oil,
That's a good
yeah, so good. Rapeseed oil,
rapeseed oil that actually has one of the highest burning temperatures. If you're on a submarine, then you want to use rapeseed oil so you don't smoke up the place.
right, okay.
So
That's awesome. Coconut oil,
medium chain triglycerides, which are awesome.
right?
And they're antifungal. Coconut oil is awesome.
Yeah, amazing for all different sorts of things.
And if you have gum problems, take a teaspoon of it every day and swish it in your mouth while you shower.
There you go.
And then spit it in the trash can and see if your gum cells start to heal.
Thanks. Okay, that's a blessing. Okay, and the last one I want to mention is olive oil.
Olive oil, you've got to have good olive oil.
Right, organic.
Organic, first press, they call it.
Right.
So I remember an incident a few years ago when I was here. I took a Costco, their extra virgin organic olive oil, stuck it in my refrigerator, and half of it gelled, half of it didn't. Mine was not 100% olive oil. And they had to change that.
Wow.
And they did,
So that's how we can tell if we stick them in the fridge.
absolutely. Pour it in a glass so you can see it in case it's in the tube. And it should gel completely, top to bottom. If there's a layer of anything in there,
Also, it should gel if it's in the fridge.
like if there's a layer completely solid and then there's a bunch of gel, it's not 100%. And they cut it. And how much did you pay for your last extra virgin olive oil? So how would you like to cut that with something that's 20 cents a pound rather than $18 a quart?
So out of the all approved oils, which one is the best would you recommend for autoimmune?
Well, all of those right there.
Oh,
All of those. Yeah, any and all of those, again in moderation.
Right. Yeah, moderation. And these are on your list too, even on your list for the regular. So you all received this shopping guide, right? And so your basic guide, right? Okay. And so there is a shopping guide that I created with Christina that is for autoimmune. Okay. So this is the regular, and then there's an autoimmune shopping guide. as well. So like I say, and it'll tell you, it'll leave off the things that you shouldn't be buying that are not autoimmune. So I took a picture of mine when I first started with Christina, 11 years ago, we've been friends. And so, because I want it on my phone. I lost this sucker a long time ago. But going, yeah, she's got it on her phone. Awesome, I love it. Okay, so when you go to the store, you're like, oh, I can't remember. Oh, I got it in my phone. And you can go through your list. So again, there's just so much. There's so much you can have on the autoimmune. So I don't want you to feel restricted at all. We've got, like I said, the autoimmune yes recovery foods list, and you can see that there's quite a bit of food on here that you can enjoy, including tons of stuff that's still on this list.
Well,
There's
the founder of this clinic said she ate more and lost weight.
8 more and lost weight, exactly. Christina eats more. When we go out, it is funny. She's watching right now, I bet. It's funny. And she'll tell me, she's like, I told you girls I eat more than you, and she's eating, but she's eating healthier foods. That's the thing, eating healthier foods, yeah. And I get that a lot. My clients will come in and say, are you sure I'm doing this right? I feel like I'm eating all the time. Yes, you are doing this right. When I look at their journal and they find that, oh, I lost 10 pounds, or we check in and they're excited because they are doing it right. They are losing. And so Christina's your testimony. She's testament. She's done it, and I'm doing it. I've again lost 100 pounds doing this. So you can do this too. I know sometimes it feels slow, but stick with it. It's happening. It's happening. Eat from the inside out, like he said. You're getting rid of that inflammation. And that needs to happen on the inside out. Your organs all have a space around them and where you have visceral fat. And once that's overloaded around each of your organs, then we start exhibiting fat on the outside. So, now when we're walking around and we're going to see people that are, overweight like we are, and we're going to say, oh gosh, she's unhealthy on the inside, or he's unhealthy on the inside, because now we know that their organs are surrounded with fat. And so when you're losing weight, it's important to keep in mind you're also losing that weight around your organs, which is, in my opinion, as a nurse, far more important even than losing it on the outside. It's going to happen both ways, but you have to remember that that's happening too. So that's also good. Okay? So the last thing I want to talk about with you is infertility, because a lot of my women, my moms that are coming in to see me, that's one of the things that's happening to them. They've got the extra weight, and they might have or may not have PCOS, but they're hurting because they can't get pregnant and they so desperately want a baby. What would you say that they can try as well?
Again, we don't have a cookie because everybody's journey, everybody's body is different, and there's such a diversity.
Right.
But the body's pretty smart, and if it cannot bring a fetus to full term, it's going to say, let's not do that right now. And in the cancer clinic, 20 years of working with cancer and cancer nutrition, I never found a cancer patient that had a normal thyroid. And I would be interested to see, I didn't specialize in infertility. I had quite a few patients come, and I dealt with them through diet and nutrition, getting rid of the inflammation, and successful, successful pregnancy. Hormone imbalance goes along with inflammation, goes along with eating garbage food. But that's not just mommy, that's also daddy's part too, because the egg, female egg, is the largest cell in the body. The male sperm is the smallest cell in the body. And you see the videos where the egg, you got all these sperms attacking on the outside trying to get in. That egg is selecting. That egg is communicating, looking for what would make the best, what can carry. If the male is zinc deficient, the male sperms probably are not going to win on this because the male heart requires zinc and lots of it. And the female egg is going to go, I'm not zinc, I'm going to have trouble. So it could actually be rejected from that.
So you're saying that the egg actually chooses.
Yes.
So that means us women are in control after
It all made our brain damage. Because female hormones in the womb, but we don't have to believe. Or neural development. Believe me, all men are brain damaged. But probably the biggest thing for fertility is pretty good food. Good food, good, solid,
mom and
quality food. Mom and dad.
Right.
Right.
And we talked about how they can be nutrient deficient as well, and that could affect fertility.
Yes, Absolutely.
And so you're talking about zinc for dad. What about for mom? What are some of the vitamins that mom could be deficient in if she's having problems getting pregnant?
Well, the very first thing, to have a viable fetus, you need folate.
Folate.
Now, I didn't say folic acid because you need to scratch that dirty word out of your vocabulary. Folic acid is the chemical version of folate, and I think 16% of females cannot convert folic acid into folate. And by the 8th week of gestation or so, the neural tube is closing up. And if you're folate deficient and you've got a spina bifida or you got a fetus that's not going to make it, then the womb says, hey, we can't make it missing. And sometimes you don't even know how many times you've been pregnant because the body is pretty darn smart. And then we trick it, and we sew the cervix shut, we do everything we can and accept the right thing for our body, for our child. Biggest thing, watch what you put in your mouth.
Right.
Control your appetite.
Okay, that's good advice. So I wanted to also touch on thyroid issues and iodine. Do they have any connection?
Well, your T1, T2, T3, T4, your thyroid, they look at T3 and T4 in your blood, and that's tyrosine, tyrosine, an amino acid, that also is neurochemically active in your brain to help you remember things, right? So if you're tyrosine deficient, you're going to have memory problems. But then the 1, 2, 3, 4, all those are particles of iodine, or iodine. So it takes T4 to break down T3. So, and here's the other thing, is the doctor pulls a blood test, and he looks at it and says, you got lots of T4 here, you're not thyroid deficient, and you're depressed, your metabolism's in the tank, you're having trouble conceiving, you've got cancer, pre-cancer, autoimmune disease, all this stuff. But look at that blood work. Well, that's like taking off in a chopper, flying over Phoenix, and you're saying there's food trucks everywhere. There is no shortage of food in Phoenix. And here's Nikki in the grocery store going like, why are all the shelves bare?
Starving and famished.
Because it's in your blood, it's not in your cells. And it doesn't work in your blood. It works in your cells, you have to get it in your cells.
Right.
So,
And isn't there another test that goes even deeper to test for thyroid issues that isn't tested in a medical doctor's office?
the easiest one you can do at home, called the basal temperature test. And it's on one of my websites, realhealthdoc.com. Go under articles and find thyroid. And there's the chart you can print it out. You wake up, before you wake up in the morning, you put a thermometer on it. Give it 10 minutes. This is like the ovulation one. It's probably one of the better thermometers. Write down your temperature. And you should be like less than 1/10 below what's the normal human temperature? 98.6. So if you're lower than that, your thyroid's low. If you're 96, I've seen them in 96, and these people are barely surviving. 96 degrees on the basal temperature. But here's the other thing, is you could be 98.1 or so, and your temperature's doing this. That's your adrenals. So
Wow.
that test is amazing in itself.
Right.
Do it at home, doesn't cost you the laboratory fee, costs you a little bit of time, and now you're going to know, is my thyroid good? Are my adrenals compromised? Because once the thyroid breaks, the thyroid and the adrenals balance, and the thyroid goes down, the adrenals come up, and then the adrenals get tired, and they're running on cortisol. Now try to conceive a baby on cortisol.
Right.
So when I get tested, they do the TSH. What is, so
Thyroid,
my TSH will be high, but my T3 and T4 is good, and they say, oh, you have thyroid issues, so we need to up your dose.
that's because your brain is saying we need more thyroid. It's sending out thyroid stimulating hormones, but it's not getting in the cell. It's not getting where you need it. And it could be cofactors that you're missing. You could have mercury amalgams, and mercury blocks selenium. It consumes selenium. Selenium is a cofactor to use your thyroid's hormones. So, it's not a cookie cutter solution, but you need to find out where's your thyroid. Never had a cancer case in 20 years of normal thyroid. Ever. So does that tell you cancer's a disease? Or is it a symptom of thyroid disorder, bad food, chemical, environmental invasions?
Right. Wow. And so iodine can help with that. And you would suggest buying iodine even at Walmart and just painting it on your body.
Well, that's the best test, actually. And the skin is a gateway for iodine. So what we're getting from the Fukushima fallout hitting our skin, if we're iodine deficient, our body's taking it in, our thyroid's getting it. If your thyroid's sufficient, it won't take it in. But paint it up. Get a foam brush, get a glass jar, pour some of it in there, paint your body up.
With iodine.
And see what happens. It should last 24 hours because your skin's going like that. I got plenty, so that don't need none of that.
Right.
But if it's gone in 20 minutes,
You're
I
deficient.
had a lady with fibrocystic breast disease, and I told her, well, you need to paint your breasts. So she was painting them, and she texted me, and she said, is this supposed to stain?
Right. Because she was
She
absorbing it
was
so
so
quickly.
iodine deficient
Right.
that her breasts were more the brunt of the disease because in the female, that part uses the most iodine.
Right.
But yeah, paint your kids up.
Where should we, it doesn't matter where, like on the arms, on the chest,
Yeah,
where,
somewhere
anywhere?
it's not gonna rub off necessarily, so. And it should last until you take your shower, it should be there when they use this, they paint the incision areas for before and after surgery. And those tissues, it makes them healthy. That's how we used to treat infections and stuff with iodine.
Yeah.
And now we don't.
The cure crumb too.
So what do you take with
Yeah,
your
stay away
iodine?
from this.
No, they don't do that anymore.
So what do you take then, like if you discover it's like sucking it up, what should you
You
do?
just keep painting it on
Just keep painting on, okay.
until it
Until it
stays.
lasts 24 hours.
Wow.
Every find a
Get
good
it at
iodine
Where
supplement.
I don't promote Walmart, but you could buy it at any Walgreens, CVS Pharmacy. Yeah, you can get
Just in
iodine.
there, find them.
Yeah. In Walmart, it's right next to the hydrogen peroxide and butters. Right now.
So if it stays more than 24 hours, then you don't have a thyroid issue.
Well, you don't have an iodine issue.
Okay,
There are cofactors that
okay.
lithium, not the chemical version, but like the salt version, lithium orotate, moves stuff into the thyroid hormones in the nucleus of the cell. If you don't have that, lithium, low thyroid, you're depressed, what do they give you? Chemical lithium in ungodly amounts. Where if you just order some lithium orotate online and take it, quite often you can treat depression with that
Right.
alone, because now you're moving thyroid hormones into the nucleus of the cell.
That's amazing. Yeah. So, do you see why I said he is a genius? Anything I can ask him, he knows all, these awesome things, which is a blessing. But
Even then, though, you still need to get rid of the causes of the whole thing, which
Right.
will be inflammation.
yes,
That's why I would highly recommend going through this protocol.
Right. Yeah.
You've got the counseling, you've got the support, you've got the community. We were talking about community earlier.
yeah, community, right,
And the community, when you're weakest, that's when the community comes in and says, well, let me help you along.
right. Let me help you. Yeah. So, we do need to close, but we want to leave you with all of our information so that you can contact us if you want to reach out. You can find me on Facebook. I'm Nikki Chavez Mckee. You can find Craig
Stellpflug.
Stellpflug, and can you tell me your website and your contact information?
The website is realhealthtalk.com. It's all one word, realhealthtalk.com.
Right.
Like TALK, talk.
Talk.
Right.
Okay.
Realhealthtalk.com. There's thousands of blurbs and
Right.
hundreds of articles, and there's radio shows I've done. Very informative.
Right.
Kind of outdated, antiquated, but it's my archive center that I haven't paid attention to, but it's all there.
And he's also on Facebook as well. And then you can also catch his 2 books that he has out right now on Amazon and your website, or where else are you selling?
Well, Amazon's probably the
Amazon.
easiest way. Everybody's got Amazon.
Okay.
This is my latest one, come out in January.
Right.
And it's a future science fiction, but I also talk about some of these things in it because that's me.
Yeah. And then for us here at Fit Body Weight Loss in our clinic, if you have any questions, if you want to switch to the autoimmune protocol, if you say, you know what, Nikki and Craig talked about some things that sound like me and maybe I should do this for myself, give us a call here at the clinic or reach out to me personally on Facebook. The clinic number is 1-844-537-2408, or you can visit fitbodyweightloss.com. And before we close, I just want to ask, we can continue with a couple more questions just to see if you guys might have questions that maybe they might be having as well. And then if you saw any live questions on there, if we don't answer your questions right now, we will go back later and go ahead and type up an answer for you if you had questions. But if we see any right now, we'll go ahead and try to address those as well right now. So we'll open it up for you guys if you have any questions related to the program or the eating, what to eat, what not to eat, any other issues, thyroid issues.
Well, you were talking about the autoimmune program. Is with those of us who are on the 90-day, is it as simple to where we're still staying on the 90-day program, but we can just put that in for that first 30 days and start that
Yes,
now?
very good question. Yeah, nothing changes at all. You'll still be in the 90-day challenge. It will just be you changing that first 30 days. Yeah, that's it. No change in cost. No, we don't charge extra, and nothing like that. Good question.
So after the 30 days then, is that long enough to know what is gonna cause those inflammation markers in us? Like, so you just 30 days, you're taking that list, you're just eating those things on there. And then after the 30 days,
Good question.
you just,
So, like Craig was mentioning, it does take 30 days to clear your system of those foods. It's kind of like if you had allergies, we would take 30 days and clear your system and then reintroduce one by one. So again, we recommend that 30 days, take those foods out. Then, and this has to be that you have to do this perfectly, that first 30 days. It has to be spot on. If you ingest a tomato, it ruins the whole thing. You have to start that 30 days out. You have to be dedicated, okay? And it does set you up for the rest of your life. It's worth it, I promise you, because then you know your body, you know yourself, and you can heal yourself from the inside out with some work, right? And listen, it didn't take a month to put the weight on or to even experience the disease, right? It's not going to take a month to cure it, and most of the time, okay? So if you're looking to cure your body, which is what we're talking about, to heal from the inside out, it's going to be a process, but the process is worth it. The initial phase of the process is that first 30 days of cutting those foods out of your diet. Then your next phase is reintroduction. One food every week. And remember, he talked about every 72 hours. It could stay in your system for 72 hours. So you want to make sure that once a week, and you journal it. Okay, this week I did tomatoes. This week I did potatoes. I'm okay. I did tomatoes cooked. I did them raw. I'm okay. And then move to the next thing. And oh my gosh, I got sick. I got swollen. I had tingly hands and feet, or I had a headache, or I was fatigued when I ate. Da da da. And that way, moving forward, you know what your autoimmune triggers are, because again, like he talked about, we're not cookie cutter people. We're all different. So it's going to be different for you than what it is for you. But journaling is important. But this is the first phase to healing your body. So yes, very good question. It does take that 30 days to remove all of the foods and toxins that you have been experiencing. Does that answer your question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a water question. Okay, we've been drinking so much water. In your experience, or in general, so many things are out now. Okay, you want your pH balance, and you want this. Is it just regular tap water? Like what is going to be the healthiest for our body now with all these new waters that are out?
Great question. I want you to
Tell you, Craig.
On my website, realhealthtalk.com, under articles, there's one called Correcting Your pH. And here's the thing, they say cancer can't survive in an alkaline environment. And typically, Americans, we're acidic. Proteins, lots of proteins in our diet will help make us acidic. The thing is, though, if you're super acidic, none of the toxins are getting away from the cell. They're in the interstitial fluid. You know, the nutrients are getting pushed to the cell. And then you go alkaline and it kind of flushes, but then it stagnates again. You know why? Because every 24 hours you're supposed to go from alkaline to acid. And if you've got that pump going, your body is actually a cleverly designed pump. Everything about your body is a pump, including the 23 bones in your skull. It's a pump to pump your cerebral spinal fluid. Your gut pumps food through. It's all about being a pump, and you need to go from acid to alkaline once a day. And probably the best way to do it is to drink some apple cider vinegar in the morning. Is that on your guest list?
It is on the yes list,
Yeah.
and Christina drinks lemon water in the morning.
Lemon water, suck a lemon. And rinse with water, you don't want the acids sitting on your teeth. Then before you go to bed, take about a half a teaspoon of baking soda, mix it in a little water, chug it down, you'll burp a little bit. But it alkalizes your kidneys within minutes and alkalizes your body. And then through the night, you creep up again to acidic. And you're supposed to be acidic when you're digesting food. So if you're eating a bunch of food before you go to bed at night, you're not going to be alkaline.
Right, okay, yeah.
And in fact, you're going to be high cortisol, and cortisol and melatonin do this.
Okay, so we know cortisol stores fat.
So the answer, you were asking about pH water. So yeah, it'd be good, but watch what you're doing and make sure you're getting that exchange. And I think in general, water should be somewhere around 7.4 on the alkaline side, which is good. I guess I'm not against it. We had a water machine in our clinic. We give away gallons of water to the cancer patients so that they could help alkalize with their cancer. So I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying make sure you're going acid too.
Okay. With the pills that we take at night, though, the detox. I think detox my ways. The detox, is it okay to drink it with the water that he's suggesting with the?
I wouldn't take the pills with that water,
With that water,
but yes, it's okay to take them separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much should you drink? Like I freeze my lemon into cubes so that I can add it into my water. So what, like,
I like that.
yeah, and because I have a lemon tree, so I'm like always we have a ton of lemons, and I'm like I don't want them to go to waste, so I freeze the lemons, yeah, and then I just put like a cube or two in my water. That's good.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's great. That's fantastic.
Okay.
Good for you, girl.
Yeah, I don't want them to go to waste, so
Yeah.
I could actually bring in some lemons. We have
They're right there.
Yeah, I just brought some in today.
Oh really? Okay,
Yeah.
good. I was like, man, I have so
That's
many
right.
lemons from my tree. I don't know what to do with them, so I always give them
Bring us
away.
more. We love
Okay,
lemons
yeah,
here.
I will. I should do that on Wednesday.
Now people listening to this in Washington are going like, we want lemon trees.
They take some home with me. They're all organic. My mom doesn't use any pesticides or anything.
Good,
No,
that's-
I don't either. In fact, I use my coffee. Well, because I'm not going to give up my coffee, although that's probably inflammation. But I put my coffee grinds around because I have an orange and an apple tree, and apparently that's supposed to help. So I use coffee grinds.
Interesting.
Well, let's address this. I'm not going to give up my coffee. What was your name again?
Corinna,
Karina.
I love his little
She-
So I
She
had
missed
a
that
man
part, though,
come to me.
about the
did I shoot? I shouldn't have mentioned it. I
Well,
love my coffee. I'm sorry.
I had a man come to me in my clinic years and years ago, decades ago perhaps, and he had this all the time. There's just all this stuff, and it took us. I mean, we had to ferret through everything he did, and he finally confessed, "Oh yeah, at night, 10 o'clock at night, the niece comes on. I get a scoop of peanut butter, and I say,
The peanut butter.
get rid of that stuff now. Make that. Stop it." And he did. He's like, "This is good." I ran into him at Costco a few weeks later. He's, and I'm like, "You like a peanut butter?" And she said, "I love my peanut butter."
Peanut butter.
I love people.
But he also had an addictive allergic cycle going where,
Right.
you know, you're addicted to it, but when you start to come down, it's
Right. And you
You
said
gotta
peanut
have it
butter
to come
can
back
cause
up.
mold, right?
Okay.
Can cause mold. The peanut butter can have
Inside
mold
of
in
you?
it. Can have mold in it.
well.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, we were talking, was it you or another lady, we were talking about some nuts they got from one of the big box stores, mixed nuts. And it was like giving them fits, and they don't have problem with fits. I said, well, smell it, open it up and smell it. And some of those you can smell them all because they're storage, they've been in storage.
It's been hard enough for me to give up peanut butter.
Right.
Well,
Switch to a
coffee,
different. Your almond butter, cashew butter. There's a butter at Sprouts called Nutzo, Nuttzo, and it's USDA organic, non-GMO verified, and those are your nut butters that you can have. I did the switch too, and so did Christina. Ask her about it one day. She used to buy. I'm calling you out, girl. She used to buy the big Costco-sized peanut butters for the kids, but she would be the one eating it all. Okay, and so she had to just get it out of the house, and she switched to the same thing that I'm doing: the almond butter, the cashew butter, the nutso butter, or you can even get your raw organic nuts, no salted, no roasted, no honeyed, no none of that stuff. Your raw organic
no
nuts,
added oils.
no added oils.
Christine actually gave me cashew butter, so
There you go.
Yeah,
And you can
it's-
grind it yourself if you get the nuts in your Ninja or your blender or whatever and make your own nut butter.
Make sure it's healthy.
so if I'm giving up peanut butter, is it okay to keep my coffee?
Not on the autoimmune
No.
program. Good question. Yeah, because it's derived from a bean. Beans contain lectins, which are inflammatory triggers and irritants for your stomach, along with alkaloids. So it's a no on the autoimmune program. But like I told the girls and myself, because I did it too, you can do anything for 30 days. You can do anything for 30 days. It doesn't mean forever. After the 30 days, you can reintroduce it and see how you feel. But you might find, like with me, with cheese, it was bothering me, and it might be that that could be a trigger for you. And wouldn't you like to know instead
Yeah,
of
I
living
know.
your life, you know? It's worth it, girl.
I don't drink a lot of coffee, I just have 1 cup a day, but I've been finding that if I drink a glass of water, as soon as I get up, it really curtails cravings for coffee and
Good idea.
things like that, it
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah, see, I don't notice that because I try and drink water because I take my thyroid meds in the morning, and so I try and drink a ton of water with my thyroid meds, and I don't find that helps me. But I need to just try it without coffee. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just my
you can do it.
one.
We'll talk some more.
If you could save your own life by doing this for
Yeah.
30 days,
Yeah.
what would you do?
Right.
I want
If
to
you could raise your
Yeah,
quality
you
of
want to
life.
feel healthy. Yep, exactly. Yeah, and I ask the clients too when we're behind closed doors in the office, I always say, if I gave you an apple and I said, go ahead and eat this, it could probably cause cancer, it could probably give you diseases because it was sprayed with pesticides and Roundup weed killer, which has been proven and linked to breast cancer. Would you eat it? And they always say, heck no. Oh, we are doing that. And we need to change that. You need to change that. I've changed it. You need to change it. You can do it just like I did. And, buy the organic apple. It might be a little bit more, but it's worth it. And make sure that when you're buying, you have a green USDA label that says organic plus your non-GMO verified stamp. They're tricky out there now, okay? They're tricky. And more education for us is power. Knowledge is power. We want the healthier foods, right? Okay.
Don't go the easy route.
Don't go the easy
Don't
cheap
go
route.
the easy stuff. Stop at McDonald's and get those little dried apple slices.
No.
'Cause even though you're hungry, you take a little time to invest in yourself. This is an
I
investment.
packed my snack
Pack
bag
your
today.
snack bag.
We're gonna be out all day, so I have
Yeah.
an
Pack your
egg
snacks.
and strawberries and apple,
There you go.
almonds. So I'm like, yes, I did good
You
today.
did good today. You did good today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close. Thank you for joining again. If you have more questions or you want to get in contact with us, you can reach Craig on Facebook. You can reach me on Facebook. And then, of course, you can always call the clinic. Email us at fitbodyweightloss.com. Have a blessed day, everybody.
God bless.
Yay, thank
Oh
you.
my gosh, it's been
Let me help you close these because we got to save them. Oh. It's okay. You're doing it. That one. You're good.
Thank you so much for your education.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
It's going to be your